I was born in Brooklyn, New York, April 23rd, 1924. In 1943, January of 43, I went into the military. I went into the Navy Seabees.
He was drafted into it, and he went into the Navy Seabees.
The United States Army has announced that they will start recruiting immigrants with temporary visas that have lived in American soil for at least 2 years to join the military. This is the first time the U.S. government has taken this measure since Vietnam, and it is doing so because of a lack of troops in the Iraq and Afghanistan countries.
He was gone, let me see, so before he went overseas, he was in for his boot training, they call it, or whatever. He came home, and we were engaged. I was, I think, 18, and we had a big party, and then he went overseas for 3 years. So I didn't see him then. Of course, we wrote, corresponded with each other, and, you know, at that time, all my brothers were in service, too. My mom had the 3 boys in at the same time. We wrote all the time, yes. I would send him pictures, he sent me pictures, and I wanted to know what was going on. He didn't write long letters. Mine were longer. They weren't mushy letters, I mean, something like that. But I mean, I miss you, and that kind of thing. Can't wait till you come home. And his notes were very brief, though. Very brief. In fact, one time, he writes me a letter, and I'm so happy I got this letter. I opened it up, and it says, "Dear Connie, just thought I'd drop you a line." And he drew a line, "Love, Dan." Draws a line, and then says, "Love, Dan." That was him.
We were married and lived in Brooklyn.
We were married July 21st.
We lived in Brooklyn. We got married and lived in Brooklyn. Okay, we lived there for about, well, Tom was born in Brooklyn for about 4 or 5 years, whatever it was. And then we moved out to Hicksville, New York.
My parents were born in Italy, both of them from the same town in Calabria.
What an asshole. Just a stinking son of a bitch and asshole.
You know, this is funny. This really isn't funny. It's our country and our sovereignty. This has nothing to do with you, Natalie. It has something to do with losing our country. And we don't want to do that. And you people are destroying it.
Hey, where you from, man?
Hey, you guys, ignore me.
Where the fuck you from, dude?
Ignore me.
I'm from Jalisco, Mexico. That's what I'm from. Go back to Mexico, you fucking cowards.
He's the group.
We're joined by Hispanic Americans serving at every level of my government. And I'm proud that we've nominated more Latinos to senior positions than any administration in history.
Fucking coward, you come here to mooch out in this country. Why don't you go fix your own country? You got no balls, huh? You got no fucking... Why did your ancestors come here from Europe?
If this day has just a touch of sadness in it for me, it is because my parents aren't here to share it. They were both, as the President said, the children of immigrants, and the first in their families to go to college.
And then my mom came to the U.S. with 2 children, my brother Nat and my brother Bill. They were 4 and 2 years old. And then she had 3 more children, 4 more children after that. My mom had 6 children, 3 boys, 3 girls. My father, he died when I was only 10 years old. He was killed at work. He was in an accident. So my mother raised 6 children. We all worked to help her. My mother then took this, they used to call it homework. She would go to this place and pick up, like she would make belts, braided belts, or she would make shade pullers and everything, and we all helped. We couldn't go out to play until we all helped. And we did our homework, and that was it. So this way, because she didn't want to be asking for help from anybody. So she did it herself, and we all helped her.